What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here. Hopefully the audio and hopefully the video is okay. I'm in a hotel room. Any of you guys been following me on Twitter, you guys know I'm in enemy territory, chilling out in the DMV in Washington, D.C., Virginia area, surrounded by Washington Commanders, or whatever the hell you want to call them, and also Eagle fans for some reason. They're just surrounding me. So the news of Pickens today was, God looking over your boy Mike Tag, because I got to talk some smack all day today. So that was very good. But hey, I was going to do a video, and I'm like, I'll just do a live one. I don't know who's up late at night hanging out on the East Coast, but just got done watching Survivor and figured, hey, get a few points. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up, like for your boy. We're going to be live with Kelly K9 tomorrow. I fly back tomorrow, probably about touchdown about 8 o'clock. So I got plenty of time, or 7 o'clock. I got plenty of time to make it home before our live show at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Dallas time. So it's going to be lit. But I'd be remiss to not at least give my thoughts, because I've been running around, working all day, got the news very early in the morning, dropped a quick video. But what do you got to say? I mean, we've been given old Jerry a lot of heat. We've given the organization a lot of pressure. We need playmakers. I've been preaching it all off season, preached it during the draft. This team needs to get some playmakers. We need to get some juice. We need to get some dogs. We need to do all these things to get this team to that next level, because what we had ain't working. So we need a little shot in the arm. And your boy Jerry was listening to everybody and went ahead and got George Pickens. So I think it's a great move. And, if it doesn't work out, because I'm hearing the negativity, of course, I don't know what it is with Cowboy fans. It's like some of them just gotta bitch just because they can bitch. And the negativity I don't roll that way. I'm rolling the positivity and what this team is doing. I believe in the players. Of course, we got Pickens. I believe in the players, and I believe in the leadership, and I think things are starting to fall into place. So George Pickens coming to the team, it gives the Cowboys a legit playmaker. I posted something that came out of stat that, yards per catch, he's number one in the NFL since 2023 or 2020, whatever it is, when he came into the league. He makes big plays, and this team has nothing that give you big plays outside CeeDee Lamb. So this is a perfect scenario. And then some talk about George Pickens. Hey, he's got some character issues, acting like a baby. You guys, if you guys remember the game, I think it was last year, Jordan Lewis and him going at it. He maybe a fresh surrounding is going to be good for him. It's the leadership of this team and the coaching staff to make sure they set everything in place, kind of like in the schoolyard, in the prison yard. When you get a new guy come in, you just got to say, hey, this is the way it's going to be. This is what we need from you. This is what we expect from you. And I think he is looking for that fresh start. I mean, look at the quarterbacks the guy had again, that he had thrown to him in that offense. So he's getting a top-notch quarterback. He's got arguably the best receiver, if not top three, if you guys want to split hairs alongside him. He's going to get a lot of opportunity. It's going to open up the run game, which we'll get into, and it's going to make Dak's life a hell of a lot easier at quarterback. So this team needed to make a move like this. And we talked about Amari. We talked about Keenan Allen. And, those could have been moves, and they would have been fine. But I don't know if they would have had the upside. Definitely not going to have the upside that Pickens brings. I think they would have brought some stability. But stability is going to get you bounced in the first round of the playoffs. I need someone who can help energize and ignite this offense to get them to the second and the third round and hopefully to the Super Bowl. And I'm not saying George Pickens is the answer and the savior, but if you combine him with CeeDee Lamb, get Jake Ferguson back to where he needs to be, get that running game going like we believe that it will, now you're working with something. Now you're working with a dangerous offense, and we can get into the defense. We're going to talk a lot about this on Thursday, so I'm not going to hang out too long because I got to go to bed. I got a long day ahead of me, and I'm flying back. But definitely appreciate all you guys, 100+ you guys hanging out. I know we should be out celebrating. The problem is, I tell you, and I appreciate everyone who reached out and like, man, I live in the area. I don't know where I'm at. I got no vehicle, and I work all day, in my job and visiting different customers that we work with. So this was my first trip up here, honestly, with one of my new sales reps. So spending a lot of time with him, make sure he understands the plan to make sure we all hit our goals. So it's difficult this trip to meet up with people. But now that I realize we got quite a little crew in this area of Cowboy fans, I will definitely make it a point on my next trip to maybe carve out an extra day just to have some good times and catch up with some great Cowboy fans. So definitely appreciate all the love from you guys, and we'll definitely do it soon. But looking at the offense, I was talking to DMV, and does great content. If you guys don't follow him or subscribe to his stuff, definitely check it out. But he's not sold on the running game. He still thinks moves need to be made, and we'll agree to disagree. And that's the beauty of being Cowboy fans and being passionate fans of your team. We're not always going to agree on everything, but I think the Dallas Cowboys did do a lot to improve this running game. They got some juice in the running game with my boy Blue, and we've got obviously the hammer with Javonte Williams, who I'm telling you, don't sleep on him. And then Maffa, I've watched him at Clemson for many, many years, being a Miami Hurricane, and he's don't sleep on him either. He's the real deal, and he's a leader. And that's what they did in this draft. They brought in some leaders with Booker and with Maffa and all the other guys. They brought in some leaderships and some dogs. So I can't complain. And my man Mark's in Hawaii. Never simple with Dallas. The wide receiver is a great talent, number one, and a number one, not a number two. The bad attitude is more or less 1 year rental. I don't believe that. I don't think they're going to. I don't think it's a 1 year rental. They're not going to give up a third for a 1 year rental. And he's got to prove himself. He wants to prove himself. And Charles Haley had a bad attitude. And I'm not comparing him to Charles Haley, but I heard that story many, many times before on certain players. And sometimes it is new environment. It's new scenery. Who are the leaders in that locker room of Pittsburgh? I don't know. I'm not a Pittsburgh fan. If there's a Pittsburgh fan in here, go ahead and let me know because I sure the hell don't know. But that has a lot to do with it, and maturity. I mean, Randy Moss was considered the same, and when he went to New England, that didn't seem to be a bother. You're going to have to take some risks. You're going to have to take some chances on guys because certain people ain't going to be available. I mean, Justin Jefferson isn't available for a reason. So George Pickens, he's a number two. I think he is a number two. I don't think he is a number one. I think he is a number two. Hopefully he plays like a number one. I don't understand all that number one, number two. We need an RB1. We got a bunch of RB2s. Man, if you got some guys that are playmakers and that love the game of football and care about winning, call them whatever the hell you want. Call them whatever the hell you want. I could care less. I appreciate it. Get some guys that are staying up tonight, man. I got my man Chris, Jeff. Appreciate it. Love my Canes, of course. Solid number two. Definitely this is the year. Great trade, but it all has to work out in the end, right? I mean, we can do these trades and we can make things happen. That's what I was saying. You can't hate on Jerry in the front office for this offseason. They addressed areas of needs in free agency. Maybe not the names that you want, but they did sign D tackles, D ends. They went ahead and got some offensive linemen. Then in the trade, they got D tackles. They got offensive line. They addressed cornerback. But we all said that what the starving thing this team needs primarily on offense is another wide receiver. They went and did that. Now, they could still make some moves at defensive tackle. Me personally, I would be looking to make a move at defensive tackle. I'm not sold on what we have. And then obviously the rookies are going to be unproven. So you're kind of hoping and, living on hope with that. But there could be moves to be made there. So it'll be interesting, man. I appreciate the super chat, Mark. Blue, and I don't have my glasses. Blue is Deuce on steroids. Unfortunately, I haven't heard he will not be a starter, considering our starters are very mediocre. They're doing running back by committee. I don't think you have starters. I think you're going to have Maffa. You're going to probably have Javonte Williams is going to be your lead dog, and then you're going to mix in the other two. It's going to be running back by committee. You're not going to give Blue 20-plus carries a game. He won't make it through the season. So they're going to just think back to Barber, to Shard Choice, and I believe, was it Felix Jones during that time? I'm pretty sure it was Felix Jones. I always get him and the other guy mixed up. But I believe those are the trio. Think that with the Cowboys running game. And that was a pretty good running game. Now, are they the best in the NFL? We'll see. But they invested in the offensive line. That's going to help. George Pickens is going to help because these guys aren't going to be able to load that box and stop the run and get CD out of the game and then just dare the tight end and your wide receiver to beat you. They're going to have to respect the pass. They're going to have to respect the playmakers and the weapons that we have. Julius Jones, was he in? I thought it was Felix. I was Julius Jones. It was one of those. I always get those two mixed up. So I appreciate the correction if I messed up. But yeah, Julius Jones, Barber, and Tashard Choice. Thank you for the correction, my man Jeff. Late night. But that's kind of what you're going to see. You're going to see a guy that has game-breaking ability with Blue, and you're going to get a guy in Javonte Williams. I saw him play against Miami. He did a lot of damage to Miami. He's a physical runner. He's been injury plagued. That's kind of really the only thing that's held him back. And that's the story of a lot of running backs, unfortunately. And then I think Moffitt is going to be the guy that you're going to like, man, I missed out on that one. He is going to be one of those guys, but in the locker room and leadership, that's going to be priceless as well with him. There's names going out there like go get Chubb. I mean, if they do, okay, but I like the running back room that they got. I think it's adequate, but if they went to go do it, I'm not going to argue with them. How about that? So I think a cornerback. I think Gilmore would make sense. That's my other concern. I mean, defense is where all my concerns are now, and I think probably that's for most of us, right? Get a veteran cornerback as an emergency, that in case of emergency, break glass, because if you're going in and you've got obviously Bland and you're going to have, I always said Ravel, but I think it's Revel. You got Revel, and then you've got the kid who got hurt who's coming off, I believe it's Butler coming off an injury, and then obviously you got Carson. So you got a lot of young, unproven guys. You need someone there for if Diggs is struggling or if Diggs isn't totally ready, that you've got a veteran presence that can calm it down. Now, the offense can help. I mean, we've lived that for a number of years. Put up 50 points, put up 30 points, and just pray your defense doesn't give up 52. We don't want to live that. I'm hoping that Eberflus's scheme is going to maximize every ounce of talent and put these guys in positions to win. So, that's what we got to see on a defense right now. It's still way too early to tell. I think Sanders is going to be the odd guy out. Me personally, I don't know if they're going to keep 4 true running backs, especially if they keep the Lipke, the fullback, if that's what they want to do. I think he is going to be the odd guy out. And I'm with you. I'm not worried about Chubb. And Diggs, Butler, and Carson and Bland. Yeah. I'd be a little concerned. And hopefully, like I said, if Diggs can come back to pre-injury Diggs and you got Bland, hey, I'm feeling pretty good. You could slide, you slide Revel and you slide Carsons, you get those guys as your third corner, you're working with something. You're working with something. And then obviously, if you really get guys going, now you can put Bland, in that nickel, in that slot. That's a lot of flexibility that they're going to have in their defense. So defense is really what's going to come down to. And the rumor, me personally, if you want my honest opinion, I'd cut Lipke. I don't know what value. I don't know value he has. I'm just being honest. He's an okay blocker. With the running backs you got, I wouldn't be giving them any carries. No one really uses fullbacks that much unless they're really going to go and they're going to go fullback and they're going to use if they're going to go heavy with that kind of scheme, then keep them. If not, I tell them to take a hike, no hard feelings, and I would get rid of Deuce Vaughn. The only thing that would save some of these guys is obviously special teams. Deuce Vaughn can be a weapon for their special teams, because if they do need to keep in situational things to keep our guy Turpin fresh, if he gets a little bit more looks on offense, then that's an opportunity there that may save the day. So linebacker, I'm not as concerned as linebacker, and that's not saying I'm not concerned. That's edge rusher. DJ is my least concern on defense, then linebacker, then cornerback or secondary, we'll just say, and D tackle is my number one concern. So D tackle, cornerback, linebackers, that level is one of my least concerns, but that's not saying a lot. So there's not a lot out there. There's a few. But at this point, if they get a D tackle, they've got to hope that maybe there's a team that's heavy in D tackle there may be some cuts. I don't think you're really going to work a trade out with anyone for D tackle. I don't think you'd have to go too high for what's out there to get better than what you have. So me personally, I think they're going to ride with what they have and pray that the scheme of Eberflus is it. And the thing that I would say, Eberflus, go back and look at him as a D coordinator, not so much a head coach, but look at him as a D coordinator. The Colts defense, not a lot of Pro Bowlers, not a lot of stars, not a lot of all pros. Their run defense was top 10 every single year that he was the D coordinator. He went to Chicago, worst rush defense. He turned them the number one rush defense. Now, granted, they did pick up some talent, and they had some talent there. Definitely doesn't hurt, but he's got a scheme, and scheme can make a difference. And sometimes, if you got the players and you put them in the right scheme and best for success, then that's it, man. That's it. So definitely appreciate it. Aloha, Mark. Appreciate it. Just answer some questions. I got Booker to help Deuce scenario. They didn't count on Blue being there. They're not cutting Deuce. All right, well, we'll see. If you do, you're stupid. Well, he hasn't done anything. And I'm looking at the running back room that they have, and Deuce is at the bottom of the list. Tell me who you would put Deuce ahead of. There's not one, because he's had opportunity now. It's 2 years. He's not doing nothing. And, maybe it was McCarthy didn't utilize him right. I'm a big fan of Deuce. That was a story that I wanted to see. I wanted to see him be that Darren Sproles, but he's not breaking tackles. When he gets hit, he falls. He's not making anyone miss. So it's a great story. And I hope maybe I'm wrong. Of course, I would hope I'm wrong. But what I've seen so far, if I'm looking at the running back room and cuts being made, he's the guy that's not going to make the team. So that's just my opinion. 7 yards a carry. I must have been watching a different game. But we'll see. I don't think he's I don't think so. Deuce better start practicing the special teams. That's 100% DJ. That's where he has that opportunity. If he's going to make, because they're not going to put Miles Sanders out on special teams, so that's going to give Deuce an advantage over him. If Miles Sanders can't beat out the guys in front of, the other 3 running backs that potentially could be in front of him. And the thing you got to understand, they're going with a running back scheme, which means Miles Sanders might be a better running back, but is he going to be better utilized than Blue? Because Blue is he's going to be your home run hitter. He's going to be your guy to take it to the house. And then you've got Javonte Williams, who's a physical running back. You got Maffa, a physical running back. I don't really see Sanders as that physical running back. So if they just want one physical running back, then they're probably going to keep Williams, and Maffa will get put on the practice squad and probably get picked up by someone. But the problem is with Williams is he has not been able to stay healthy. So if you want a physical back, you're going to have someone to back him up, because there's a pretty good probability, law of averages, if you look at his career, he's going to get hurt. He's going to miss some games. And if you want to continue that kind of running back scheme, you're going to need to double down on a power running back, and that's where Maffa comes in, and that's why I think they drafted him. I think they drafted him to be that guy. So my own opinion, I'm in a hotel room. I'm not in the Dallas. I'm not at the Stars, so my opinion don't really mean a whole hell of a lot, but that's just my opinion of it. But that's the beauty of the Cowboys. We can sit here and we can debate it, but I love seeing the and I was so sad. Of course, they do this, man. I was ready to bust through the wall because this is the kind of playmaker stuff I wanted, but I'm in a hotel, so I couldn't bust through the wall. But I'm glad to see Kelly has kind of come around. He's done a 180, and that's why I tell you guys is don't panic until training camp, because there's a lot of things we can be concerned, but don't throw in the towel. Don't tell us the team's going to win 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Don't tell us they're not a playoff team. You got to wait till once training camp starts and everyone's in-house. Now you can make an opinion. Now if you say, you know what, this team ain't going to do it. I'm going to stand by 8 wins, and they're not going to be a playoff. That's fine. Stand by that. You can't make predictions like that in May. It makes no sense. So I'm glad Kelly saw the light. You hang around Mike Tag long enough, I'm going to get that positive energy going through your bones, and now he's feeling it. He's hyped up, and hopefully some of you guys are too. Oh, kidding aside. Let's see. 4 weeks ago, we had no running backs. Now we are light. Now we've got Lightning, and who are we keeping? Isn't that crazy? We're fighting over who we're keeping. I can't see. I told you guys I have trouble seeing close. So we're fighting over who we're getting. And the times have changed, DJ. I mean, you're 1,000% right. I mean, there was a time that we were begging for any kind of running back that we're looking for the scrap heap. And I think what the Cowboys did, and they took advantage, right, DJ? They took advantage of probably the deepest running back class that I can ever remember. I don't know a time when there were that many quality running backs that you can get in the 5th round, 6th round, 7th round. And maybe they weren't RB1s, but we're talking about guys that can contribute in the NFL at the NFL level. So I think Gilly's still in play. I think he is. We talked about that a little earlier. I think they're going to add. I think they're going to have to add a veteran. They got to add a veteran, right, Matt? I don't think you're going to go in the season unless they're 100% that Trayvon is good to go. Psychologically, coming off that injury, that's always tricky, and more importantly, physical. So, yeah. Saw Kelly's video today and had to stop. What was I doing to watch? After he posted he would change his mind if it happened. It was one of the things I was looking forward to once the news broke. Yeah, I mean, I knew it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, all right, well, Kelly, you run with this one, and I knew he would try. I knew he'd come around, and if he didn't, I would have got Kelly. He would have come around. He would have been fine. We're going to talk about it tomorrow night. So tomorrow night is going to be our real show. I'm just hanging in my hotel room. I'm bored. I just got done watching Survivor, and No one makes moves on Survivor. I'm trying to get on Survivor. So you guys, if you see your boy Mike Tag on Survivor, you're going to know I'm making moves. I'm not going to sit here and just roll with the herd. But I figured I'd just come in here and chill a little bit, interact with you guys, because I've been sitting all week in a car 8 hours a day with an Eagles fan, like I told you guys earlier. So I needed I need some Cowboy love, because he don't give the Cowboy love. I had to sit here about how Jalen Hurts is better than Dak, and the Eagles are going to be a dynasty and everything is great and they've got the best team and they're Super Bowl champions. No, you don't want to rely on a 7th rounder, but I mean, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of guys. This 12% of this league, the starters are undrafted. So it's about you either have to trust Eberflus, and he must have had some input, obviously, on who they drafted. You either got to trust the scheme, because, yeah, I mean, they didn't get any superstars. But I think the one easiest position on defense to get good, to really strike gold or at least solid, is D tackle. I think you can get D tackle late in the draft. I think you get D tackle, undrafted free agents. There's a plethora of undrafted free agents that just got paid, or late round draft picks that just got paid. So if there's a position that I have a little bit more confidence in of a late round, D tackle is probably that and running back are the two positions where I think you could be all right. Wide receiver, not so much. Cornerback, not so much. Edge rusher, not so much. Tackles, not so much. Linebacker, I'm on the fence. Guards, I'm on the fence on those. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. So breaking news, Mark. I will be going to Hawaii, but it's probably not going to be. Let me think. It's 22 years, so that'll be 23. So in, I think, 2 years, my wife and I, or maybe it's 3. Well, it's 2 years because it's almost the end. It's almost to our 23rd anniversary. Our 25th wedding anniversary. We are going back to Hawaii. That's where we went for a honeymoon. So, Mark, you just make sure the cave is still around in a couple more years. Hopefully, it will be, and I will be in Hawaii. And you need to tell me what island you're at, and I'll make sure that we at least have a pit stop at that island. We were in Kauai, and we love that island. That's where we were for the honeymoon. So we're thinking about going back there, but I hadn't really seen the other islands. So I am definitely going to check out the other islands as well. They say that Honolulu is kind of like Miami, South Beach. So I don't know. Well, I at least want to see it, but I don't know how much time we'll stay there. But anyway, we are DC for life. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, all you guys, man, it's Cowboy fans, it's very polarizing. And I've had people message me, people talk to me, and they're like, hey, Mike, why do you always have a positive spin? I mean, why do you have a positive spin? And it's not. I mean, I'm critical of the team. If you guys seen enough videos of the shows and stuff, I'm critical of the team. But at the end of the day, the star is honestly, that's what I love. And I'm a competitor. I never concede anything. If the Cowboys, if you guys are fans in 89 and 88 and 87, and we won 3 games a season, I was just a little kid, but I do remember it. And I believe that we're going to win every game. And that's the way I am in life. I'm that way at work. I don't like losing. I want to win every opportunity I get. I want to earn everyone's trust. So that's just the way I roll. I can't live in the world of being negative all the time. I'm going to get mad, and the draft pick pissed me off with Booker for about 20 minutes, and then I got to start, all right, well, how can I spin this? What are they thinking? And then I got more time to think about it. All right, it makes sense. And then when they go get Pickens, I'm like, now it really makes sense. So if I ever become like really negative, then that's when you'll be like, man, whatever happened to Mike? He used to get Cowboys Cave, man. I was subscribed. I loved it. What happened? I don't see him anymore. That means I've just had enough, and I'll never let the negativity overtake my life. So that's when I got to find something else to do. So anyway, that being said, is come kickoff time, I'm expecting to win every game. Now, they're going to win every game? No. but I'm expecting 2. And then I was asked on Twitter, how many wins you expecting? And I'll be honest with you, I thought this was a 9 and 10 win team before the trade. Maybe now they're a 10 and 11 win team. And it's not that I think this team's better than, obviously better than last year because all the injuries, but this team is better than 2 years ago, better than 3 years ago. The schedule has a lot to do with it. But I'm looking at the schedule today, and you know, they talk about, oh, we're playing 10 playoff teams. But those are they going to be playoff teams this year? You just don't know. You just don't know. You think 11 and 6? I dig that. I dig that. I'm trying to get on my betting app because they had Cowboys at 7.5, and I want to see if they upped it so I can. I was going to put down a big bet on that. But if you'd said 10 to 12 wins, I got no issues. I think they're going to win double digit. I think they're going to be a better team. But like I said, they're playing the AFC North and they're playing the AFC or NFC North and AFC West. That's going to be daunting. I mean, you got the Chiefs and the Chargers at home. You got the Broncos who don't tell me, but for whatever reason, they haven't beat the Denver Broncos since 1992. So, I mean, if you're going by law of averages, in statistics, it's probably not going to happen again. And they're on the road. So they for some reason, Denver has their number. And the AFC West has always been a little funky with the Cowboys. I don't know why, but they've always struggled against the AFC West. So you just got to see how that is. And, within your division, is Washington going to take a step back? Was that kind of like a Cinderella year? The Giants, they get Carter. Question mark with quarterback. If Dart ends up, if anything happens there, could they be a tougher team? Eagles they're the Super Bowl champs, so you got to give them their due. They're the team to beat, but have they come back a little bit? Have they stayed the same? Have they increased? And then you got to look around at your other teams. So that's really what it is. 9, you had them 9 wins pre-trade, so I was 9 or 10. We were right. 12 now. You're definitely just a hair higher than me, but not much. Not much. I was 10 and 11, so we're splitting hairs. But the schedule's going to be tough. And they're playing the same schedule. 100% correct. Really, the only difference is we play the Jets. The Eagles are playing Buffalo, right? Are we doing the AFC East? So that means the Commanders are in second, so they're playing. They playing the Dolphins, maybe? Is it they're playing the Dolphins, and the Giants are playing the Patriots. So, Eagles are going to have a little bit harder schedule than we are. Washington a little bit harder, and then obviously Giants are going to be a little bit easier. What's up, my man Vince? What's up? Hanging out for anyone who's joined. I see a lot of people joining late. I'm just hanging out in my hotel room. I'm in D.C. If you guys have been following me on Twitter. Hanging out in enemy territory this week. I get to fly home tomorrow. So Kelly K9 and I, tongue twister, will be live. I'll be back in the cave. He'll be in his crib. And we're going to really, get things rolling with the Cowboys, get you guys involved in the picks. And the one thing that I will say is we are right at our goal. Let me look and see. Give me a minute here and I'll look and see if we reached it right quick. If this show did it. This show put us over 4,000 subscribers. So I definitely appreciate it. We have some new people maybe checking it out and hit that subscribe. Much love. If you are just checking the channel out now and you're like, hey, man, I don't know about these guys. He's recording from a hotel room or whatever. This is temporary. You guys know I got the cave. So make sure you hit that subscribe. Hit a like on the video and definitely appreciate it. And I'm a man of my word. So those of you guys who are listening, I'm a man of my word, and we are 999 subscribers away from 5,000. You guys got about the summer. If we get to 5,000 before the season or before I sell any of the tickets that I have, I will give a pair of my club seats to a subscriber. And you have those 2 tickets. You can do as you will. You can say, hey, Mike Tag, I feel bad winning these seats because these are your seats. Why don't you meet me at the game? We're going to hang for the weekend. We're going to have a good time. We're going to party it up with Cowboys Nation. I'll be your I'll be your partner, and we'll make things happen and have a good time and watch the Cowboys win. Or you can say, screw you, Mike. I'm going to take who the hell I want, and you have your right to do that too. So we are 999 away. We get to that 5,000 before the season, then we'll be having a drawing. It'll be a lot of fun, and I would love nothing more than to give a pair of tickets away. I'll also be randomly giving away, and I know it don't mean anything, but preseason tickets. I got two pairs of preseason tickets, so I'll be giving those away randomly to one of our subscribers as well. So I'll probably announce it once. We'll wait for the schedule and get all that stuff maybe through the summer, and we'll get it going. So definitely stay tuned to the cave. Stay tuned to the show. Follow on Twitter and all social media platforms. Very simple. MTAG 1993. People say, hey, man, what's 1993? What is it? 19 and a 9 and a 3. You got some cowboy numbers in there. No, when I created Twitter a long, long time ago, it's basically the year I graduated high school. So 1993. So I'm a 90s kid. So that's where the 1993 comes from. So you can't miss it. So definitely appreciate it. Next time, what was that? Next time in DC, I will. And I said that, man. I apologize. And I know a lot of people reached out when they heard I was in DC wanting to meet up. And as I explained before, I won't get too deep into it. It's just really hard with the schedule. I'm meeting with my sales rep. We haven't worked together and ever. So he's new to my region that I'm managing. So spent a lot of time with him, and he's an Eagle fan. So I needed to get on here to talk to my Cowboy people, and I just saw my man Carl's in here, and he's an Eagles fan. So here I got 2 Eagle fans I've been hanging out with now this week, but also in enemy territory being in DC. So next time I make a trip, I'll give everyone ample notice, and hopefully I will be able to meet up with some people. Love catching up and shooting shit. So we'll definitely make it happen. But I wanted to come in, talk a little bit for 40 minutes. I appreciate it. You guys make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. I'll be live, that regular show. I'll be live back in the cave. Now I'm going to have to get to bed. I got to work tomorrow. I got to fly back to Tampa. So I'm going to bid you all a farewell. It's a good day. Puff your chest out if you're a Cowboys fan. The Cowboys now have a legit 1-2 punch at receiver, arguably easily in the top 10. You can go into the top 5, however way you want to spin it, but arguably one of the top receiving duos in the NFL now. And that's just the facts. I mean, we got some good ones in the East, but I would say the Dallas Cowboys just upped their game. So definitely appreciate it. We're going to get into a lot of that tomorrow. So you guys take care. Hit that thumbs up. 271 of you guys in here, man. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up like on the way out. And I will be seeing you guys tomorrow night. Appreciate it. And let me say goodbye because I didn't see you on here. Have a good one, man. Have a good one. We will take care of them Eagles. Don't worry about it. I'm just looking forward to the schedule release so we find out who we open with, because we got that Cowboys Cape tailgate party, and it's going to be even hyper. And now, all those guys who are maybe feeling a little down, you're going to be feeling good. Jeff, I appreciate it. Safe travels for the love. Thank you, Jeff. I will be getting back safe, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Take care. See you.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.